Last week, I made a video about things that I missed from the USA, and in the comments, somebody was like, girl, what things would you miss from Korea if you moved back to the USA? So I said, that is a great topic, so let's dive right in. Let it bounce. Before we get started, I just want to let you know that my Korean skincare routine is back on sale for 1 month at 49% off and free international shipping. All the information and details will be down below. The first thing that I would miss from Korea when I moved back to America is First of all, my English would improve if I went back there because my English is slowly going down the toilet. Back on track. First thing, no tips. It is in fact illegal for restaurants to make their workers and servers have to live off tips, so they are paid a livable wage. So when you go there, you don't have the tip. This was something that I did not know that I needed until I came to Korea and then visited back in America. I was so irritated that every place we went to, we needed to add a tip. That is the job of the restaurant, to pay the employees. Why am I paying? While we're talking about restaurants, I will say I will miss fast restaurant service. Like you go in Korea, you sit down, food comes out right away. It's piping hot. You could literally get in and out of a restaurant in 30 minutes. When I went back to America and I sat at a restaurant, it took them like 20 minutes to even get our orders done. Like first you get the drink order. It takes 10 minutes. Then they come back and they order the food. Food takes like 20 to 30 minutes to come sometime. Like it's an hour before you even get your food sometimes. And I was like, I cannot do this. Like I have no patience anymore. Korea has made me lose my patience. So I cannot deal with slow service anymore. So I definitely will miss the speed with which things get done here, including government offices. If you go to any government office, you are in and out, honey, very quickly, and anything you need done gets done within 3 business days. Remember when I went to go get my twins' passports? Literally, it was less than a week when I got those passports back. Everything is just fast and efficient here, and that's how I like it. Back to the prices. This is a huge one. I will definitely miss the fact that prices in Korea, when you're gonna buy something, that price has whatever tax or whatever is included. So the price that you see on the price tag, that is the price that you pay. Whereas in America, when you go, you get your stuff, you have to calculate the tax beforehand. Not even just like Koreans, but I've heard some of my European friends complain about that too. Like they visited America thinking that they had enough money to get something, plus the tax, they're like, what the hell? Just put the price tag, including the tax, on there already. It was something that I went back even to visit. I sort of found myself being irritated with. I was like, just put the final price on the price tag. Speaking of grocery stores, makes me think of another one that I will miss when I go back to America, and that is, I don't really know how to say it, fresher, not chemically laden foods. When I was in America, I didn't even realize how many chemicals we had in our food and preservatives and whatnot. And so when I first came to Korea, within like a week, things that I had were all like spoiled or like molding. And I was like, what the hell? These things last me like several weeks in the US, but that's a good thing, right? You don't want food that can just sit there and like not mold or spoil. It was even like some jam that I bought in Korea one time. It wasn't even that much longer that it was like getting mold growing on the top. And I was like, in the US, I have never ever had any jam or jelly grow any sort of mold or become bad in any way, shape, or form. I did not even know it was a thing. But apparently it can happen. Breads and whatnot that you get are definitely going to expire really quickly. So plan to go grocery shopping a lot more if you are in Korea, which is fine. I'm totally fine with that now. It's much healthier for us. The food tastes much more fresh. Along the lines of food preservation, one thing that you will notice is the fruits and vegetables in Korea are not pretty. And it's not even something that I didn't notice until I went back. But when I went to the grocery store in America, when I went back, the fruits, they just looked too perfect. Like the apples were like all shiny and perfect looking. And then it just started looking really fake to me. I was like, ew, why do these fruits look so perfect? And then they don't even taste as good as the rough around the edges, got a whole bunch of dirt on it, crooked shaped vegetables that you can get for like real cheap at the local Korean markets. Speaking of food, another thing that I really will definitely miss is being able to get delivery anywhere. You could literally be out at the park, on the river somewhere, and then the driver will just call you. So how do I get to you guys? So you see that big stain in the grass? Looks like dogs been peeing there so much that the grass is like dying and turned to hay. Oh, okay, not over there. Go to the left, okay? And then go somewhere over the rainbow. Oh, Yeah, and then you'll see a pot of gold. Okay, I want you to jump over that pot of gold, and then I want you to head up to the moon, and we'll be on the far side of the moon, okay? Got it. I will look for you. I will find you, and I will deliver your food. And you will get your food. Nowadays, I go for a walk, like in the park, just feed the fish, look at the ducks, feel relaxed in nature, but there's always some sort of nature you can get to relatively quickly. Mountains. I love that. The next thing I think is the biggest thing that I know I'm gonna miss. Probably should have did it first. Medical system. Okay? Why is it so in the US? I was just on Instagram and somebody posted how much it cost for her to give birth in the USA. And she was going over the list, and every night just being in that room was over $5,000. What a scam. $5,000 to be in a room. Why? All the miscellaneous costs and whatnot. But for her to give birth, it totaled to like $33,000 and something. Insurance was paying 20 something of it. So she was left with having to pay $6,000 or $7,000 out of pocket just for giving birth. Like, that's just like some natural stuff that happens. Like, why do you need to pay to push a baby out? Like, it should be free. Please, can we make it free? I don't know. It's free in Korea. And that makes me so happy. You have to pay so little. Like when we were in the hospital with the C-section and the baby's having to go to the NICU for 10 days. Also, we stayed in a nice separate room, right? If you want to stay in a small room and like share with someone else, basically you're only going to be paying like maybe $50 or $60 or something ridiculously low. But if you stay in like a fancy room like we do, it's still under $1,000 a night. And then also the government gives you money. Like when you have babies, 2 babies for 10 days in the NICU, C-section, fancy room, less than $500. And this woman was paying $33,000 for a birth. But not just that, the system is so freaking efficient. In the US, I feel like you have to go to a general practitioner and then they have to refer you to another doctor's office in order to get more specialized tests done. But here in Korea, every like doctor's office has its specialty already and everything is already there. You need x-rays, whatever tests and scans you need, they practically can do it that same day. There's never been a time where I needed to like wait a long time. If anything, it might be like, come back tomorrow or in 2 or 3 days max to get it done. But I feel like in the US, if you want something, it's like the next month. You go back next month only for them to tell you to come back the month after that when they schedule the next test. It's like in a lot of cases, they can't just do every test right now. I mean, in Korea, they do every test right now. And then if you have to get any sort of lab work, the results will come back later that day. But even when you go to the big hospital, like the big hospital where I was going to give birth at, that hospital, even when I had blood work, it literally was like later that day, they would always call. It's never like, wait a week or some crap like that. And the cost is just so affordable. God, when the kids are sick and I'm sick with them, the 3 of us are sick, we go to the doctor, we get seen, all of our medicine and everything for 3 people is always under $10. Yeah. And for the babies, whenever I go, it's around $1 to $3 to get whatever they need plus whatever medicine they need, unless it's like super specialized medicine. But even still, in that case, it's still pretty cheap. And insurance, the national insurance is also pretty cheap. Because of that alone, I'm like, do we really want to move back to America? Like, it's cheaper to just have a therapist here to deal with whatever mental issues this country gives me than to go to America and be paying health insurance for me, the 2 kids, and my husband, and then having to go to the doctor and getting a surgery or something. Don't let any of us get sick. We're going to be paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to get operations that you could get in Korea and maybe have to pay like $1,000 for out of pocket. It's cheaper to just have a therapist here. Along those lines, there are some things that are just free. Like in Korea, getting your wisdom teeth removed is free. Whether you're a foreigner or not, if you're someone who has the national insurance, wisdom teeth removal, free. So when I came here, I got my other wisdom teeth removed. Free 99. Stuff like getting a ride in an ambulance is also free here. Like if something happens to you and an ambulance picks you up and has to bring you to the hospital, you don't need to worry because the ambulance is a public service and it should freaking be free. Why the hell is it so expensive in the US? One time I had to take an ambulance. I think I'd randomly gotten shingles when I was in college and we lived in a duplex. We lived on one side, 3 of us, and then on the other side, it was the guys. But nobody was home to like take me to the hospital. And I don't know, like it got really bad, so I had to call a freaking ambulance and it was so expensive. I had to call my dad. I was like, can you pay for this? Because I think it was like $700 just to go like not that far down the street. I really sat there and debated, like, do I really want to take this ambulance or not? So that's one thing you'll notice, like in America, unless we're on the verge of death, we ain't going to that hospital, okay? Because even to go visit a general practitioner just because you have a cold or something, $20 copay or something like that, right? In Korea, it's like $1 or $2 for the copay. So Korean people will go to the doctor for anything. Like if you live here, you know, you have a little sniffle, go to the doctor. When I first came here, everybody's like, go to the doctor, go to the doctor. I'm like, it's just a little sniffle. All I need to do is just drink a cup of Theraflu before I go to bed that night and I'll be fine. And everybody's like, just go to the doctor. And I was like, no. Like, it was the habit that took a while for me to break, but I'm like, if it's $1 or $2, and then the medicine they give me is only going to be $1, total $3, why not? Because if I just go to the pharmacy to buy the cold medicine, it's likely going to cost more than $3 to buy a pack of Theraflu or something like that. It's more expensive. So just go to the doctor and get the medicine the doctor gives you. So I think a certain security comes with that for sure. I think if we move back to the US, I'm going to be so nervous. Like, y'all better not get hurt. Don't do nothing stupid and need to go to the hospital and we pay $30,000. I do maybe want to have another kid. So if we do, we would definitely have our kid and then let it get a little bit bigger, get all the shots and whatnot, make sure that we're all healthy, and then go for like a short amount of time and then come back before me and Mr. Moon get too old in case we start needing medical services, because I could not. Ever. Once you have been somewhere where the medical system is so efficient and cheap, I almost feel a little bit anxious, like going back to the US. You never know what ailments might find you. But not only that, they just offer so many like vitamin, IV drips and whatnot, and they're typically only like $50 each. Whereas I feel like if it was in America, it would cost like several $100s to get like an IV drip. So like the place near my house, they have vitamin D drips. And if you feel a little bit lethargic, go and get like glutathione. I only know the Korean name. Glutathione. In English, glutathione. Those kind of things, like they just offer those random type of services at the doctor's office. You could just go and say, I want a vitamin drip. So they make it much more accessible to get things done that help with your health also. Even something that I didn't even know existed in America, but they have shots for people who have allergic rhinitis. Like you guys know, I have hay fever. So every spring and every fall, my nose gets so bad. When I was in America in college, my allergies were really bad and I was taking like Claritin or something, but it just really wasn't working. And it got so bad, I had to spend so much freaking money to even go to the doctor in the first place and get all the stuff done. God, I think in total I had to spend like maybe $500-600 just to go to the doctor for them to x-ray me and say, you got some sort of pneumonia, which costed a bunch of extra money. And then getting the medicine for it and everything was a nightmare. Here, I was like, hey, I have allergies. What can we do about it? The doctor was like, yeah, there's a series of shots you can get every year and it will take away the allergic rhinitis that you have, the seasonal allergies. I was like, for real? He said, yep. How much is it? I think it's like US money, like $55. And I was like, $55 to not have allergies for a year? Sign me up. So right away I did. He was like, all right, left side and the right side in your butt. And then about a week later, everything is cleared up and you're good to go for a year. And that was something that I didn't even know existed in the US. And I feel like if it was, it wouldn't be covered by insurance. You'd probably have to spend $1,000 on it. I don't know. But I do find that because things are much more cheap and accessible, there's medical things I didn't even really know about or think to go to the doctor to ask about. But it's just like, it's awesome. Like, you have no excuse to not be healthy if you're in Korea, by the way. Wow, I have rambled on for quite some time. You can tell that I'm very passionate about this because having access to healthcare should not be such a hassle and should not break your bank. Like, you should not be going broke and in debt just to freaking get a health service. Okay, fix it. Because I'm really thinking I'm not going to go back because of that. So if you're new and you don't know my skincare routine, let's go over it together. You guys know I typically use the green tea enzymatic powder wash, but recently I have switched over to the rice whip facial cleanser. Just because the green tea enzymatic cleanser, I can't put it all over my face to like really get in there and get my eye makeup off, which this one does really well. The benefits of rice water cleansing is that it evens and illuminates the skin. It also enhances the skin's elasticity and leaves the skin so smooth and soft without stripping your skin. So next I go in with my I'm From Rice Toner, and I like to apply it with my hands. I like to do 2 layers, so I'll put on 1 layer, wait for it to dry, and then put on another layer. This rice toner is great because it helps to soothe the flaky dead skin cells by creating a barrier over the skin, so it also helps to repair your skin's natural barrier. And it's excellent at bringing luster to dull skin and evening out pigmentation. Next, I go in with my freshly juiced vitamin C serum. And I've said it so many times, but vitamin C is the one thing I will put on my face every single day, even if I'm half dead dead and don't really feel like doing my full skincare routine. Vitamin C is such a powerful antioxidant that really helps to fight aging, fine wrinkles. It helps to improve the appearance of dark spots and acne scars. My favorite thing about it is that it really helps with enlarged pores, and literally you put it on your face at night, you wake up in the morning and your skin looks instantly better. And lastly, I go in with the vitamin E mask. I like it because it has a very pudding-like texture. It helps to brighten the skin. It helps to fight off other signs of aging, to really help give the appearance of more firm skin. And vitamin E and vitamin C, when used together, they increase the effects of each other. So you get even more of a benefit by using the vitamin C serum and the vitamin E mask together. And there you have it. I've been using this routine for years, and it really is the holy grail when it comes to having youthful, firm, even skin. Make sure you don't miss out on the opportunity to get the entire set. This time we're also including an option to get the Rice Glow Peel Off Mask, and this is amazing. In the morning before I go out, I wash my face, I put it on, let it work its magic, peel it off. The skin is instantly firmer and more smooth, and it gives you a good base to get your makeup on. All the information will be down below. Now back to the video. So let's end on the lighter note. The last thing that I definitely would miss when I went back to America is just all of the festivals and events that they have in Korea. Literally every area has so many freaking events, festivals. There's always something to do, especially in the winter. But there's literally a festival for every freaking thing. Winter, ice festival. And not only is there one, but even in Paju, there's like 3 different ice festivals. We went to all of them. We made a video about it when we were like sledding and whatnot. But there's always something to do. And I think Korean people work hard, but also play hard, okay? Work hard, play hard. Isn't that a song? I feel it just popped into my head. I think it's a song. Anyway, work hard and play hard. Outside of those sort of ice festivals, the government puts on so many festivals. Like even in Paju where I am, there's always signs and billboards up on the government office about there's this festival and that festival. And at the local parks, there's always some sort of stage up there, performances. This is, if you live in Korea, this is one thing you'll notice. Just walking by the park on a random day, there would be some sort of stage up and lots of performances. So you can always go and see free performances and participate in the festivals. And I think that's one of the things that makes life in Korea nice, because there's always something interesting to look forward to. Even when my sister was here last year, she's coming back this summer, by the way. So if there's any videos that you want me to do with my sister, let me know. But soundless party. Yes, silent disco. There was a silent disco party. It was so freaking fun at Han River Park at one of them. So you just get your tickets, you go in, everybody gets their headphones, and then it's just partying. And it's so funny when you arrive because you just see everybody like dancing with their headphones on, but you can't hear the music yet until you go and sign in and get your headphones. And those things are typically pretty cheap, like a little less than $10, I think it was. 12,000 won, so it was at $9 something. Even if there are things that you do pay for, they're super cheap, but really fun. We had a blast at that freaking silent disco, and they started up again this year. We will go again. But you know, and I've made videos about it, like it was just a random Africa festival on the Han River, so we brought the babies. Like there's always some sort of activity you can go to. The government really uses the tax dollars well, I think, in that regards. They always want to make sure people have something to look forward to, something to do for fun, to get out and enjoy the little freedom that you do have after you've freaking worked like a dog all week, ungodly working hours. At least we got all the festivals and stuff. That's it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down below what other topics you want me to talk about. I do read and am looking at them because I want to start up doing more like topic talking videos like I used to do way back in the day. Because I've been here for so long, there's a lot more things that we could talk about. So if there's some videos that you want me to make about things in Korea, or if there are old videos that you saw that I made years and years ago and you wonder, do those things still apply, or how Korea has changed, also let me know down below. And to make sure that you don't miss out on my skincare sale, because it's only available until June 16th and we won't get it back until November of this year. So make sure you don't miss out on it, because 49% off and free international shipping, $56 for getting a whole skincare set is a steal. And if you want to try the peel off mask, that also is something that I promise you will not regret using because it's so good. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video and you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe to my YouTube page, which is down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, like me on Facebook, and I will see ya.